Happy Thanksgiving, Michigan football fans. We're about 48 hours away from the game that's going to turn the tide on this program and the nearly 2 decades worth of losing to Ohio State. So, while you're getting ready to eat your Thanksgiving meal, or hell, if you've already eaten it, if you're watching this later in the day, if you're watching it Friday, I want to ask you guys this question to start off the show because there's been a little debate around the Yoder household today is what's the best Thanksgiving food? So, you don't have to tell me necessarily the best, but what is your favorite Thanksgiving food? I was thinking about this a lot. I certainly like stuffing. I like what's that cranberry sauce, like the jelly thing. Yeah, okay. I certainly like turkey, but I think that's like an answer a cop would give. But I do like the corn. I'm not sure if everyone does this, but like it's not normal corn. It's corn with like other stuff in it, like some spices, some jalapenos, producer Sam said earlier, or just like other stuff in it. Cream corn, I don't know. I like the corn on Thanksgiving that I don't seem to have any other time of the year. So let me know down in the comments what your favorite Thanksgiving food is. Hell, maybe if I see some good comments here, I'll load up on some of yours while I have one of my helpings say I haven't eaten yet. We'll hear about 3 hours from now. Let's talk about some injury updates as Michigan has gone through majority of their practices. I think they're going to do, from what I've heard, they're going to do a half-spirited practice today and then be mostly shoulder pads and shorts. Second half of the practice, and then just a walkthrough on Friday, but no hitting. Brad Hawkins, who missed the second half of the game this past week against Maryland, is expected to play. Undisclosed injury. You know how that goes. Michigan never really gives out good injury information. He didn't come back after leaving the field. Expected to play. Blake Corum, been practicing, was apparently available. He made the trip last Saturday, which was a surprise to me. And he's 80%, 90% healthy, likely to play, will play, unless for some reason Michigan's just dominating Ohio State. They don't need him, whatever. Gemon Green, though, Michigan's former starting cornerback, mostly a backup role, but should still get playing time in most games when healthy. Unlikely to play as of the information I got on Wednesday night. So potentially something could change. If so, make sure to follow me on Twitter at James Yoder. I'll put it there, or maybe we'll put out a video again on Friday. But I was told by I went to a psychic over the weekend. She said, James, the number of subscribers you get from your video on Thanksgiving, new subscribers, people who are in this video, hit subscribe. That's the amount of points you are going to score. Michigan's going to score against Ohio State. So, our average video, we get 25 to 30 subscribers. No matter what happens, we ask for it, we don't, whatever. This one means something. Can we get like 50 or 60 subscribers? Probably. So, if you're a Michigan fan, you want to make the psychic's prognostication come true, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's youtube.com/Michigan TV. I'm going to rant and rave a little bit here. I've got some good information coming up. I talk about injuries, but I want to ask you guys another question. All right? It's Thanksgiving. You've got nothing better to do. You don't want to spend this time with your family, of course. And what are you going to do? Watch the Lions game? Please. Okay? Worst NFL game in history. That's got no competition as far as a television audience. Who will have more rushing yards on Saturday? TreVeyon Henderson or Hassan Haskins? Haskins has been an absolute workhorse the past 2 weeks. Some 58, 59 carries, averaging about 150 yards per game in the last two. And TreVeyon Henderson has actually seen his usage go down significantly. There was some rumors of an injury for him. I'm not sure how true those are, but let me know with an HH or a TH down in the comments if you want to also throw in how many yards you think each one will have. Bonus points for that. So let's rant and rave a little bit. I am sick. I'm so sick, okay? I'm not just sick. I'm very sick. I'm sick and I'm tired of Ohio State football, all right? Their run has been going for a long time, right? It's pretty much the most consistent football program. Them and Oklahoma, actually. Oklahoma had a good 5, 8, 7-year run in the 90s where they were playing 500 ball. But 30, 40 years prior to that, 30 years, 25 years after that, Oklahoma's been good. Ohio State's really had like 3 down years since 1950, right? I'm sick of Ohio State. And I think Michigan has gotten the short end of the stick and has had so many opportunities that whether it's the refs getting paid by Ohio State boosters, clearly Michigan could have had at least half dozen or so wins over the last 15, 20 years. Specifically, we all know in these years here, you're going to see at the bottom of the screen, in 2001, Michigan was wildly favored going into the game, Jim Tressel's first year, and somehow they were down like 20-0 at halftime, but came roaring back. Marquise Walker was wide open in the end zone. Touchdown went through his hands. Michigan couldn't capitalize after that. Ended up losing the game. 2004, Big Ten champions. Ohio State was like 6-5 or something like that. And Michigan went down to Columbus and was favored by, 10 points and lost a game. It was an absolute one of the most embarrassing games. 2005, Michigan was up 10 with 5 minutes left. Should have won that game. 2006, I think Michigan was a better team, although they lost by 3 points. I thought a lot of opportunities left in the field. 2012, Michigan, if you remember that's the Ohio State Urban Meyer first-year team. Denard Robinson, Michigan went into halftime up double digits. Something happened in the fourth quarter. They couldn't get it done. And, of course, 2016, JT was short. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games right there. Michigan had the better team in the last 20 years. But also, 2002 and 2013, 2 banner years for Ohio State. Undefeated regular seasons both years. Ohio State won the national title in 2002. I was down in Columbus for that game. Michigan was the better team on that day. They just, there's one, Blair Edwards got called for offensive pass interference and a touchdown. Then in a 13-9 game, that was the difference. And then in the last play of the game, John Navarre had, Jason Avant wide open, the bottom right of the screen, and he threw it over the middle, and it was intercepted. But nevertheless, 2013, Michigan goes for its 42-41, score touchdown with under a minute or so left. Michigan goes for 2. Alas, Ohio State calls a timeout. Michigan comes back. The Ohio State think, we got the same play. But Brady Hoke doesn't change the play. Devin Gardner throws an interception on the 2-point conversion, and Michigan does not get an upset of, I think, what was number 3, Ohio State in that 2013 season. But although they would go on the next week to lose to Michigan State in the Big Ten title game, keep them out of the 2013 national championship game. Jim Harbaugh was an NFL coach for 4 years. And this is something I'm still having trouble wrapping my mind around in his 7 seasons as Michigan's head coach, with his struggles on the road against good teams, against ranked teams, his struggle against quarterbacks that have a competent passing attack, like Ohio State and some others, is that he was a coach in the NFL. He beat Drew Brees his first season as an NFL coach in the NFL playoffs, right? Drew Brees, 2 years coming off of the Super Bowl, that 2011 season, all right? He went on the road and he beat Aaron Rodgers, one of the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks of all time. And then he also beat Aaron Rodgers in the NFL playoffs at home at his own stadium. He beat NFL MVP Cam Newton. Now, Cam didn't win the MVP that season, but he was an NFL MVP on the road. Harbaugh took a team to Carolina and beat Cam Newton. Also went on the road and beat NFL MVP like a year or two before or after that, Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. So Harbaugh has beaten, I don't think Brees won an NFL MVP. So 3 NFL MVP quarterbacks Harbaugh's beaten in the playoffs, plus Drew Brees. And remember, he beat Aaron Rodgers 2 different times. So you don't think that he can get a game plan, you'd think that he'd be able to get a game plan to stop a nervous-looking kid named Coleridge from Southern California who's never thrown a football in 30-degree weather like he's going to have at Michigan Stadium coming up here in 48 hours. So I've got some faith in Jim Harbaugh on this one, all right? He's got to channel old-school Harbaugh, channel 2007 Stanford Harbaugh with beat number 1 USC. That's the kind of Harbaugh we need on Saturday. But want to ask you guys this question. I'm ranting and raving. The rants are coming. The raves are continuing. So if you want to see Guy Thanksgiving morning rant and rave about Michigan football, you found the spot. It's continuing on. But answer this question down in the comment section. Where are you watching the game on Saturday? Type S if it's the stadium. Type C if you're going to watch it on your own couch or a friend's couch or whatever. Or if you're getting litty, heading to the bar, getting all kinds of messed up. I hate watching games of teams I like at bars because I feel I'm about to around a bunch of amateur fans and I want to have my own setup, etc. So I'm going to be, kind of C. I'll watch the first half at home, second half here at the Chat Sports Studio. Going to go to the game, right? Yoder family has season tickets. I've said this on shows in the past that I think Corona 2020 season kind of got me off going to sporting events, right? Traveling, taking a Spirit flight from Dallas to Detroit Friday night at 11 o'clock, landing, going to the game the next morning, trying to catch a flight Sunday, 6 a.m. It's a whole hassle. Whatever. I let my sister and her family take the tickets, so they'll be at the game. Go down section 4, row 41, 6 seats in, and be like, hey, Carla, you Yoder's sister? High five. Do one of those. She will be there representing the maize and blue. As we celebrate Thanksgiving today, I'm going to say this question. I'm more asking it to myself, but I'm going to ask you, the audience, to help. Put your comments down below. But I'll ask producer Sam. He's the Scott Storch of the YouTube game behind the camera. Sam, is it bad to wish pain on someone?
Generally, yeah, sure, yes.
Generally,
yes.
Mostly generally, but he didn't say always. Obviously, there was some wiggle room, the hesitation. He was like, that kid who took my girlfriend in ninth grade. I know you wish pain on someone too, Sam. But, like, I see C.J. Stroud. He just has such a smug look. He's just such a, like, I don't know. He looks like a brat, all right? He looks like a brat, and he's gotten all the weapons, receivers, running backs, offensive line, and I don't want him hurt, all right? I don't want him to break a bone or not be able to play again or miss a game or anything like that. But I want to see him, drop back, step up in the pocket, and get hit from Aiden Hutchinson so hard that he thinks the stadium was invaded by aliens and a life force from another planet hit him so hard. He's on the ground. It's 31 degrees. He's huffing and puffing. He's like, what is this condensation coming out? That's cold, buddy. Okay, you don't get there in Southern California. You're coming to Ohio State. I want him to be in pain the entire game. Hey, afterwards, pop a couple Advil, take some of the, I'm sure Ohio State's got painkillers that are illegal that they're giving their players so they can play just like the movie Varsity Blues. We all know the Toradol, etc. But I kind of want to see C.J. Stroud in a lot of pain. And you know what else I want to bring to the table here? I dislike Ryan Day's smug demeanor. Big Ten Network put this video out. It was Harbaugh, Ryan Day, Aiden Hutchinson. And it was like, tell us something, say something nice about your opponent, Ohio Stadium. And Harbaugh's like, it's iconic stadium. It's one of the great places in college football. Rowdy crowd, great atmosphere, et cetera, et cetera. Ryan Day just goes, nope. Oh, Aiden Hutchinson gave an answer. About your team's uniforms, about this, answer. Harbaugh gave another answer. And it's like, about your team's about your opponent's uniforms, your rival's uniforms. Ryan Day's like, next. Like, what a smug asshole. That's the reason why Ryan Day isn't long for Ohio State. Because even Urban Meyer, whatever you want to say about Urban Meyer, he at least respected the rivalry. Ryan Day doesn't respect the rivalry because he doesn't know the rivalry, because he was coaching the quarterback's coach of the 49ers 5 years ago. He has no idea. He probably doesn't even know the Ohio State fight song at this point. The guy, like Ohio State players, they're a bunch of carpetbaggers, mercenaries coming to Ohio State because they got a little car and a bag of cash and promises of riches in the NFL. Well, hey, you know what? Michigan's got some pretty damn good NFL players lately as well. Harbaugh's putting guys in the draft at the highest rates in college football too. Whatever. Most Ohio State fans don't even know how to spell Ohio. I heard this as a rumor. C.J. Stroud, someone's like, hey, C.J., I think it was Kirk Herbstreit maybe, what's your favorite part about Ohio State's campus? And Stroud goes, I don't know, Kirk. I've never been on Ohio State's campus. That's the kind of guys they're getting down there. Ryan Day is a smug, carpetbagging son of a gun. He probably doesn't even know who Woody Hayes is. And their players are carpetbaggers. They're just going down and trying to take advantage of situations. They have no respect for the rivalry. They have no respect for their opponent. And their day of reckoning is coming, and it's coming 48 hours from now. Michigan Stadium, Saturday noon on Fox. So here's my keys to BOSA to beat Ohio State again. Thought about this a lot, and I think that if Michigan does these things, at least like 3 or 4 of them, they will win the game. Score 40 points, right? Why is that an important number? Well, in the 5 games Jim Harbaugh has been the Michigan head coach, they've only scored 30 one time. That was the blowout in 2008, 62-39, right? So they've never scored 40. Ohio State scored 40, like 4 of the 5 games, something like that. Score 40 points because you know Ohio State is going to have the ability to score a lot of points against Michigan. So I've got 40 as my number that Michigan needs to get to win the game. Next up, you got to knock Coleridge down to the ground. He has proven. You watch the Oregon game, watch the Tulsa game, Nebraska, Penn State. When things aren't going like they were against Michigan State, where it's like, call hike, throw the ball to an NFL first-round receiver, touchdown, 3 plays. When it's not going well, he wilts under pressure. His stats might look good. He's a system quarterback. Hit him 10 times. I don't mean sack him 10 times. And I am okay with Michigan getting a couple unsportsmanlike penalties or late hitting the quarterback. Coleridge steps up the pocket, throws it. Ojabo, you're 6 feet away. Continue through. Don't make contact with the head because you'll get kicked out of the game. Just destroy him, right? Make him think twice. Make him step up in the pocket next time, and you're not even around him, and he's getting nervous as hell because last time he threw it, thought everything was all good, and got absolutely leveled. So 10 times hit Coleridge, Bernard, Stroud the 4th. Next up, Hassan Haskins, Blake Corum, Diamond Edwards, any combination of Michigan running backs or A.J. Henning, etc., J.J. McCarthy on reverses or quarterback keepers, 175 yards my number. Right? Ohio State has consistently thrown the ball well against Michigan in this last 10, 15, 20 years of the rivalry, but they always turn to the running game and usually win the battle of the running attack. And as such, they control the end of the game, end up scoring touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and really suck the life out of the Michigan defense. So Michigan needs to run the ball, but you're not going to score 40 points running the ball. Balanced offense. Love what I saw against Maryland, but of course Ohio State is not Maryland. Next up, if you're going to the game, bring it like never before. There's been too many Michigan-Ohio State games where I don't think Michigan fans thought that they had enough of a chance or it was going to be a game. 1997 was a year that the crowd was just absolutely batshit crazy the entire time. 2003, batshit crazy. 2011, and what happened all those years? Michigan won the damn game. Mace pom-poms are coming out like 97, like 2003, like 2011. It's a trend. It's going to happen. Bring it. If you leave the game on Saturday, if you're attending, and you can have a conversation with someone afterwards, you disappoint me. You disappoint the football program. You should not be able to speak for 3 to 5 days after the game, at least, coherently. You should be like, I went to the game. I saw Michigan win. It's one of those. They scream like a son of a bitch. Stand up, yell, cheer the entire time. Make it like this is you're part of the team, because you really are if you're going to beat Ohio State coming up on Saturday. And lastly, Michigan's got to force at least 2 turnovers while also not turning the ball over themselves. They've been one of the best teams in the country at not turning the ball over. And Ohio State certainly hasn't turned the ball over a lot either, but Michigan needs to intercept them, C.J. Stroud, Coleridge Stroud, I should say, force a fumble, whatever it is. 2 turnovers is a monumental number against this Ohio State team. If you have none, that's 2 possessions, 2 potential scores that Michigan could get. All right. You know the slogan. You know the photo. Beat Ohio State again. This, folks, is month 23 of the BOSA campaign, right? We're campaigning. It's like a presidential campaign. We're campaigning to beat Ohio State. So I just want to know, you bought that BOSA life? If you are, type in the comments. Reply to my tweets. I thank you so much to the guys who've been replying BOSA to my tweets over the last couple of days. Really appreciate it. The Ohio State fans are just a pesky bunch on Twitter. You bought that BOSA life. Hit me on Twitter with some BOSAs. Put them down in the comments. It's happening. 48 hours. And what I'm doing, by the way, I'm doing a post-game show of myself. I'm just ranting and raving after Michigan wins on Saturday. I'm literally so follow me on Twitter. You'll see the videos. I'm going to Vegas with my producer, and we are just partying until one of us is ready to collapse, heading back to the airport. But predict the score coming up here on Saturday. Michigan, Ohio State, the game, the biggest game, regular season game at least, in college football this season. Guaranteed, no doubt about it. Let me know what your score prediction is down below. Let me know the team, of course, that you think is going to win. I've seen the Ohio State fans, we're going to drop 100 on you guys, all that. Yeah. My score prediction, I'm giving it to you right here. Thanksgiving Day, 42-34. Michigan's going to win. Ohio State will have the ball back. End of the game, you're going to say, oh my gosh, they're going to score a touchdown, and they're going to get the 2-point conversion. This thing's going to overtime. No! Jaxon Hill interception. Game over. That's how it's going to go down. That's how it's going to go down. I believe it. I believe it with all my heart, all my soul. This is the year Michigan gets it done, 42-34. I said the word soul there because of this comment, my next topic here. I was thinking about this today. Did Tom Brady sell Michigan's soul for his own greatness? Because it is wildly coincidental that Tom Brady leaves Michigan after the 1999 season, doesn't play at all in 2000. Then in 2001, Jim Tressel becomes Michigan's head coach. Tom Brady's like a third-string quarterback for the Patriots, a 6th-round draft pick. All of a sudden, his starting quarterback goes down. He starts playing great. Leads him to a Super Bowl title as a part-time starter, right? What also happens that year? Jim Tressel leads a bad Ohio State team into Ann Arbor, beat Michigan. Brady's been winning Super Bowls since then. Ohio State's been beating Michigan since then. It seems coincidental. I'm not saying Tom Brady, love Tom Brady, etc. I would have probably made the deal too. It's like, Tom, we'll let you be the greatest quarterback in NFL history. This is the devil talking. You can win, 6, 7, 8, 9 Super Bowls, however many you want to play. You can play to 46 years old, however the number is. But you're just coming out of Michigan. Ohio State's got to dominate you guys until you leave the NFL. That's possible. It seems plausible to me. That's the only realistic explanation I have. I think someone should ask Tom Brady about it. If you know Brady, invite him on the show. I'll ask him. If not, I'd like an answer for that. It seems realistic to me. So Michigan's playing Ohio State. And as I look across Ohio State, they don't lose a lot of games. But if Purdue can do it, right? Purdue beat Ohio State a few years back. Michigan State's beat Ohio State 2, maybe 3 times since Michigan last beat them in 2011. I beat them in 2013, 2015, so I guess maybe just twice. Penn State beat Ohio State in 2016. Iowa beat Ohio State in 2017. Virginia Tech beat Ohio State in 2014. I'm not even talking about teams like Clemson and Alabama that have beat them recently. If those teams can do it, folks, Michigan can do it. It starts Saturday. I'm legit confident. I might just look like an idiot, right? Michigan might win by or might lose by 50 points, and you Ohio State fans are just going to be tagging me in old takes exposed, whatever. I'm confident. Beat Ohio State again. Whew, I'm ready to get some Thanksgiving meal in me. I'm ready to get a little booze, watch the football, but I'm going to bring it back. We started on Tuesday. We actually finished on Wednesday, and now on Thursday, it's this one. BOSA, BOSA, caw! BOSA, 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 caw! All right, let's get this win. Go Blue.